Hey there, Nugget. Mom and Dad said you wanted me to tell you a bedtime story tonight. I can do that. I think their stories are better, but I can do that. All right, let's get comfy and make sure you're all tucked in. Sorry, I'll try not to knock everything off your nightstand. There, you're all cozy. You don't need anything? Okay, got your stuffies? Excellent. All right, Nugget. So what story do you want to hear? Have you got a book you want? Oh, okay. I think I can probably make one up. Let's see. How about The Cat and the Moon? Okay. Let's see. Once upon a time, a long, long time ago, on a Wednesday, there was a little child. And this little child lived with their family back when the world was very new. All the world was flat and smooth. There were trees, but there were no hills. There were no canyons. There were very, very long, shallow rivers. There were no deep oceans like there were today. But there was enough land for the little child and their family to live. Now, since there wasn't a lot of land, no big pieces, there were no big animals. The little child and their family were the biggest animals there were. And because the water was so shallow, there were no big water animals. But there were tiny ones, and there were bushes that had fruit, and the child and their family lived happily. Now, every night, the beautiful moon rose, and every night, the long silver streams of her hair brushed over the earth, and they dipped into the shallow pools of water, and they got caught on all of the bushes and all of the rocks. And every night the moon would struggle to pull her hair free because it had gotten so wet from the water and then so tangled on the rocks. And every day the moon was sad because more and more of her beautiful hair got snagged and torn. And the little child felt sorry for this. The little child knew how much the moon loved her beautiful hair. So the little child turned to their best friend, Little Cat, and said, "Little Cat, do you think you could give the moon my comb? That way, she can brush her hair before she shines down on earth at night, and maybe it won't get caught." So the little cat said, "You know, it's worth a try. Give me the comb." And the little cat took the comb in its mouth and gave it to the moon. And the moon was happy to try. She combed her hair, and it was beautiful. But then that night again, it dipped into the ponds, and it got wet. And it snagged on the bushes, and it got caught, and the moon was very sad. As the next night came, the little child thought, well, perhaps the moon needs a bigger comb. So they got down their biggest brush, and they said to the little cat, "Little cat, could you please take this brush to the moon so she can brush her hair?" And the little cat said, "Oh, that's a good idea. I will take this to the moon." And the little cat took the brush to the moon, and the moon was very happy. "Oh, this will work," said the moon. "I have so much hair that the comb was not enough. This will be better." Well, the moon brushed as much of her hair as she could, and its beautiful radiance filled the sky. But again that night, the moon's hair got wet in the puddles, and it got snagged on the bushes, and the moon was very sad. The next day, the boy got up and thought, I need a big comb. A very big comb. A very, very big comb. And the moon not the moon. And the child called the little cat and said, "We need to make a comb for the moon. We need to make each tooth hundreds of times bigger than my house, so that when the moon sweeps her hair across the earth, it gets combed. This comb needs to be very big, big enough to lift her hair over the water and over the bushes. Can you help me make this comb?" "Ah," said the little cat, "this is smart. I have an idea. Bring me a fish." So the little child took their fishing net and caught a fish that they then brought to the cat. So the cat took the fish and had a very tasty and quick fish dinner, and then took the fish bone and planted it in the earth. Now, what the little child and the little cat said to the fish bone, I don't know. But over the course of that day, the fish bone grew and grew and grew. It grew longer and taller. Taller than the child, taller than the house, longer than their front yard, taller than the child could see, and longer than the cat could run. And as the earth grew over the fish bones, making them bigger and bigger into what we would today call mountains, the earth changed. Suddenly, the earth was higher in some places and lower in others. All of those long, shallow puddles flowed into the new spaces, forming the lakes and oceans we have today. And the fish bones grew and grew, and many more mountains arrived all over the earth. When the moon saw this, she was overjoyed. She shook out her long, beautiful silver hair. She washed it in the oceans, which were now deep enough, and she combed her hair out over those mountains, which were so high and so strong that her hair didn't tangle in the bushes. And the moon was so happy. Her hair was clean and beautiful. The beautiful silver glow of her hair shone all through the night. And the little child and the little cat were very happy. Now the moon could do her hair. So some nights, when you look outside, you can see the full silvery shimmer of the moon's hair around her face. Sometimes she puts her hair up. That's what happens when the moon waxes and wanes. When it changes from crescent, that's the one. That's the moon putting her hair up. Sometimes she has things to do. She's a busy lady. Yeah, when the moon changes color like a lunar eclipse. That's the moon playing with temporary hair color because it's fun. And that's the story of how the little child and the little cat helped the moon comb her hair. Okay, kiddo. Now it's bedtime. So, Mom and Dad and me are all downstairs, so if you need anything, you just come get us, okay? All right. Good night, little nugget. Love you.